What's the matter?
What's the matter with Chatter?
Trinbago's voice, every voice does matter. From Tobago to Trinidad, together we stand. Workers, people, one nation. Hand in hand, workers' rights, 868, Real Talk.
Real issues, real solution.
What's the matter?
What's the matter with Chatter?
Trinbago's voice, every voice does matter. From Tobago to Trinidad, together we stand. Workers, people, one nation. Hand in hand, workers' rights, 868, Real Talk.
Real issues, real solution.
What's the matter?
What's the matter with Chatter?
Trinbago's voice, every voice does matter. From Tobago to Trinidad, together we stand. Workers, people, one nation. Hand in hand, workers' rights, 868, Real Talk.
Real issues, real solution.
What's the matter?
What's the matter with Chatter?
Trinbago's voice, every voice does matter. From Tobago to Trinidad, together we stand. Workers, people, one nation. Hand in hand, workers' rights, 868, Real Talk.
Real issues, real solution.
Asked the minister, the line minister, MP Saddam Hussein, the promise that you made to Hilton workers, saying, fear not, don't worry, your job's safe. Is that promise going to be kept? We understand the semantics and the theatrics of political banter, but it must not sit or rest at the feet of workers. These workers have bills to pay, they have mouths to feed, they have children to educate, they have houses, cars to pay for.
They don't can anybody see Peppa the URP. Very hard for single parents, and they say don't can anybody see Peppa the URP, but we was working honestly and we sure when the fortnight come we still get a salary and have something. No, we don't have no income. No matter how small the money was, we used to get something.
Salisha Khan says she and her sisters turned to squatting on state lands after losing their CPEP jobs. But now they're worried months of hard work on these crops could be wiped out as the government proceeds with a massive land clearing exercise between St. Madeleine and Picton.
Giving them a voice. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. Candace, I want to ask these citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and everybody who's listening to us tonight, right? I want to ask them this question. Since this UNC government a year and 6 months going on 7 months now, the slogan of the UNC government is when the UNC win, everybody win, right? And the question I want to ask the citizens and them of Trinidad and Tobago, you all find since this UNC in government, all you have been winning? Is the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago winning? Understand? This UNC government came into power and promised us so much things, Candace, to improve the lives of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, right? And instead of that, you know what they do? They come and they bring suffering and pain onto the poor people of Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? They come and double all the fines, raise everything, send home people, Candace. Right now, people, look how much business places are reporting a profit loss due to this government, due to the high taxes, Candace. And the question I want to ask the citizens and them of Trinidad and Tobago, do you all win? Are we winning as a nation with this UNC government? And then after hearing people like Mr. Barry Padarat and all of them coming up and heavy, because what I was watching a show with Talk City this evening on TikTok, and they have their heavy tea and opinion box, Kingsley and opinion box was on the station hosting a show, Candace, and they stand up and have the goal to tell people, do not listen to the PNM propaganda. They only want to have the people in a suffering state. That is what they're telling the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Do not listen to the PNM propaganda. And I want to know, Candace, since this UNC government came into power took office with the Prime Minister, Ms. Kamla Persad-Bissessar, who win? Who win? Nobody has win. You understand? People are suffering. People is on the breadline. I am watching a mother crying out and said that how she had a CPEP job, and since this UNC government came into power, they closed down that she cannot make two ends meet. You understand? I watching our next clip today. The WASA workers was protesting today because Miss Thomas from the PSA, the president, didn't stand up to her words with the 10% for the public servant workers, Candace. And the WASA people came out and they started a protest today. You understand? So I want to know who winning under this PNM under this UNC government. Who is winning? Who are winning? But their friends and their family and their finances, those are the people who is winning in Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? Because right now, Candice, Hilton Hotel has been around since 1962 to present. And right now, Candice, they are on the verge of closing their doors and sending home 250 workers on top of the 100 and something thousand workers done already home, Candice. For the first physical part of this year, is 6,500 people lost their jobs, Candice. You know what is 6,500 people, Candice, to lose their job? Much more for 10 people to lose their jobs, Candice. And this UNC government and the propaganda like Heavy and Kingsley and all of them sitting down and still trying to fool the population and tell people, no, things are not hard. Things are not hard. People are lying.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Elmo.
Good night, everybody.
That's all.
I just want to give me 1 minute of time, please. I just want to give me 1 minute of time, please, my brother. But please, I'm begging all right, please.
No, go ahead.
Now, the whole world know I am a single father, trying my very best to provide for my children, right? And every day I just be talking about the UNC government, right? So happened today, they put me on a show named ZELIZE, some program, right? And I did the program asking for assistance. I'm a single father and I'm struggling. And when I go on the comment section, if you see how these people talk me and say, I only talk in UNC, but the end of the day, them not giving me nothing. They ain't giving my train nothing. I begging for food card. They won't take my train. The UNC people don't take my train from me now. I put them in a home. And I say, if somebody go on my profile as it is right and watch the program while I was on, all you have ideas I'm talking about, right? I can't read so good, I can't write. But let's put it on the table. This UNC government sabotaging me as this, take my train in a home. And I tell him if the world then put somebody set me up to go on that program and the story what I say, they want to turn around the story and making me forget like if I was a deadbeat father. And when they go in the comment section on that same program, if it's only I talking UNC, but I just don't talk UNC, all I just say, I am struggling, looking for work, no 10 days, no ERP, no forestry, no food card, nothing. If I understand what I'm trying to say, you know? It's really, really hard. They want to take my train from me and all you.
Mr. Elmo, let me ask you a question. Before this happened, where you was working? Hello? Elmo?
I'm a single father, and I cannot work. You hear me?
Yeah.
Right. I'm a single father and I cannot work because I explained to them I'm a single father. I have 3 children. Right. I have an autistic daughter and I cannot leave them to work as a normal person. I explained that to the TV show. Right? So the reason why I go on the show to see if I can get help, some books, some bags, some uniform, I'll hamper. But the way how I just talk about every morning on my platform, I just talk about the government. They're not giving me nothing. They're not giving me citizens on Trinidad and Tobago, nothing. I was on the show, I break on chairs, I cry. How much I could take it, how much other people could take it. I can't take this again. I'm going through a mental depression right now. And to top it all, the Central authorities by me 2 days ago, train authorities come and me, no phone call, PPP, I say yes, I would like to see where train sleeping. So as I talk about the UNC government not giving me no job, but I'll let quick now the send train authorities to take my train and put them in a home and ball is a deadbeat father, is that this and is that that. At the time I lost my house, 4 years I lost my house. Nothing I gain from this government, nothing. Now in my food card, I go into the West Social Welfare, they tell me, Mohammed, your foot don't break and your hand ain't break. So I say, okay. So I say, well, if I can't get it for me, what about the rest of the trend? They say put him the most, every time is put him out in the court. That was social welfare telling me to put him out. Them can't help me.
So Elmo, even with your
It really hard, Ole. It really hard. It hard.
Elmo,
This is the
even
worst
with
thing man I've ever seen. This government is the worst. I talking like I get mad with this government.
Wow. Elmo, let me ask you something. Even with your autistic daughter, they refuse to give her assistance.
I hardly hear any brother.
I said, even though with your autistic daughter, the
No,
government.
no, she just collect assistance, my brother.
Okay, I understand. Okay, understand.
No,
Okay.
no, she just collect assistance on the government, but no, here I say it. Let me do the mathematics. The whole of Trinidad and Tobago depending on pension and social welfare. Right? So when pensioners go in the grocery and pay the rent,
In a couple of days, I
what
Elmo
money
gives.
we have to spend in the country. We can't buy a good underwear. We have no work. We don't have nothing. And people not seeing what I talking about every day. People want to stay silent, but I don't stay silent on my platform. I just talk about the government. I make a video eating grass. When UNC win, everybody win. I keep on talking about this every day.
And this is
Keep on talking about this every day, people. I cannot take this enough.
And this is the struggle where people are facing every day. You understand? And this is our father who is crying out for help and assistance, and
Yes.
the system is shutting a blind eye against this man. You understand? This is a man who have 3 children and asking for some assistance because he's a single parent, and he asking for some assistance. And this UNC, this wicked, evil UNC government decide, well, no, it's not fit to give you no assistance. Don't give you no food. Don't give you nothing.
Can I say something, Chatter?
No. But the quick decision authorities will meet with
Yeah.
I believe you having a little miscommunication.
Right.
Elmo,
the quick decision authorities by me.
Mr. Elmo, pleasant good night, sir. This is the warrior princess here. Hello?
He mute his mic. Elmo.
All right.
Elmo.
Doesn't go in, see again, man.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. It seems as though.
Ole here,
Yeah, I'm
man.
here.
Yeah, we
Yes,
hearing you.
we're
We
hearing
hearing
you.
you.
Hello?
We hearing you,
Hello?
sir.
It seems as though we're having
I ain't follow here, man, you know.
Yeah, we're hearing you. We're hearing you. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. Right. No, I want to say this. It seems as though this government is very heartless because you are not the
Yeah,
first
so
person.
the whole point about every time.
It seems as though this is not the first situation that would have occurred. You understand? Since the UNC government come into power, and they would have neglected, they turn a blind eye towards it. And you know that have me wondering again, is like these people didn't really come here to our rescue. They didn't come here to save us or to help us or to put things in the right perspective for us, you know. Right? Because look at this woman, what's her name? Mystical Abby. Mystical Abby had a situation because she came out and talked and show a video with only one race of people working, and they find she should not have done that. And they sent people to her house and demolished the house. You understand? That woman was living for weeks under a tent in the yard, and not a minister reached out to help that woman. Now look at Elmo's situation. Elmo is not asking for handouts, you know. Elmo wants a job. Anybody tonight, anybody who own a hardware, who have a grocery, that could give Elmo some assistance so that he could take care of his children, we will be grateful. We're crying out for Elmo tonight. And whatever little assistance Elmo could give together with the person that is organizing this stuff for you guys, I will make sure you get it on behalf of the person, Elmo. Right? It's just a little delay, but you're going to get it. I'm a woman to my word. You understand? And this government clearly showing you, like I had to stop using word like they don't care. This government showing that they don't care about us. Because likewise, anybody else, Elmo, is a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? He is a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. And to narrow it down, that
Miss,
clearly
I
shows
tell
that's
you,
why we,
Miss, I know.
that is why we, just now, Elmo, darling, hold on. That is why we not supposed to be fighting one another. We should not supposed to be injecting race. Because look at Elmo. Elmo is an East Indian. Mystical Abby is an African. You understand me? So it's not about them helping the people and they're leaving we to suffer. They're helping themselves, their friend and their family. All kind of contracts given out, and I will get to that in a little bit. You understand me? All kind of contracts given out. To who? Who getting the jobs? Not me and you. Not we who jump up and say, yellow is the code. We ain't getting nothing. And when I hear of them so-called wicked, evil people who licking it, according to Kitty, licking inside the UNC, crack, eating the shit, coming out to spread propaganda and to put up smoke screen to make it look like the country is all well and all well that ends well and it's honky-dory where people going through hardship. Instead of they send assistance to Elmo, you know what they do, Trinidad and Tobago? Let them have the screen and share the live. Tap up the screen and share the live. Instead of they send assistance to the man, they send what? Who is child welfare?
Well, yeah, child social welfare.
Social welfare to the man's house, and they want to see where the man's sleeping. Why they didn't walk with a blasted mattress? Parent authority. Why they didn't walk with a blasted mattress? Eh? Why they walk with a hamper and a few cases of water? Why they didn't walk with something? People don't want to be here quarreling and complaining about the government, you know. We don't know all they got teeth. We don't know all they got fix all their business, but study we on the ground. And all they're not doing that. All they're not doing that. This man is here pleading to get something to take. He ain't pleading for himself, you know. Our father crying out for his children, you know. For help for his children. If he could have done it, he explained. The man explained. I followed Mr. Elmo. I followed his story. The man explained everywhere. He said he want a little work. So what you're telling me, this government don't care if the citizens eat or if they starve to death? I don't understand. Why does we do so? Or what is this we didn't do? Back to you, Chatter. I don't want to take over your program, you know, because I just get hot.
Yeah, Candace, but what's saying, right? Look how much people is on the breadline. People are suffering. People like Elmo, Candace. And there's a lot of people out there right now, Candace, are suffering. People is on the breadline. And this UNC government turn a blind eye against the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And how much more we are willing to take, Candace. You understand? Look at the Hilton Hotel. That's 230 people soon to be on the breadline. Along with Nestle, another 300 people. And this UNC government, what is the real plan? What is the plan? Where are the 50,000 new jobs that the Prime Minister promised us?
And Chatter, hear me, yes? Sorry to cut you. It's not this can help.
They refuse to.
Very thank you. And I want the government and the ministers and the UNC, they could reach out to Elmo and help him. But you know why they're not doing it? It's because he come out and he talk up against the long suffering. But then what you expect people to do when people don't have?
People are suffering daily, Candace. Children, people tap up the screen and like the live. People are suffering daily. People is on the breadline. People clearly shows single parents, and then have people who like with Mr. Simon, who have 3 children, who just looking for a food card, who just looking for some kind of assistance. Though I really don't know what's tax on my life tonight. So start to go away. I really don't want you on my life tonight. Mr. Michael, I heard you were trying
to good night to everybody here on live. This guy This
Good night, Mike.
guy Elmo, right? It reached a stage in his life where he wanted to commit suicide and all, you know. I don't know if all have know that. And this government failed to pick up the slack to help citizens who under pressure at this time. This woman had tell the population, I will love you like no. And if that is the love that woman having she had, well then, all run from she. I like it to bring up stuff, you know, because you see them, you have to deal with them head on. Because he come here to defend the government, you know. He coming here to defend this UNC government. People in this government that treating the people like dog. You understand? That is why he coming. They want to jump out every the government. We seeing what is wrong. We seeing the country not going good. We see everything is not good, but them coming to defend that because they could get that $2 in the pocket for nothing. You understand? I'm glad he's here, and I want him to hear we. Nobody here come here to deal with all this softly, you know. Because all the defending stupidness. Because the ministers and a friend could give only $100 or $200 to collect a salary for doing nothing. What about the people who want to work? What about the children who want to eat? What about the parents who want to take care of the children? What about the young ladies who prostituting themselves to get a dollar to buy pad? Or to buy a meat for the children? Them coming to defend that. You understand? So I like to deal with them head on and make them know that people hurt out here. I could afford to see after myself, but what about children? School about to open in a couple of weeks. What going on to parents who cannot afford to see about the children? These children about to stay home, to lose their education. What is government really doing, people? What they're doing? You know, when September come here, you know how many children cannot afford to go to school because their parents are unable to fill the needs of them. You know that in this country? So, all of them, but Rowley is a dictator, and Rowley this, and Rowley say ban your belly, and Rowley say all kind of thing. Them become 10 times and 20 times worse than Dr. Rowley. Because he didn't hide nothing from nobody. He said we reaching a state to ban my belly, but them telling that belly squeeze into the backbone.
So Michael, Michael, I wanted to say, you see, Plus Tax and Twiggy and NW and Heavy T and Opinion Box and them is a waste of time. I don't want them on my life.
I deal with them on a life, you know, and you have to cut me off, you know.
These are people who sell out, and all you see what is going on in the country.
Don't
people
use
are
that,
suffering.
don't use that word. Don't use that word. Sell out is a nice word. Those that are lick bottom Africans. Use that because that is what they are. They care about themselves alone.
All you're watching the state of the country. How people are suffering, single parents are suffering, and all you could sit down on a radio station and talk about who is suffering because all you get in a salary. David Welch and all of them, these set of hey, let me hush my mouth there, boy. Go ahead and say, Michael.
You know, let me tell you something, eh?
Before Michael goes on, mute Queen Mike. Queen, you wanted to come up and say something, or you want to come up and
Queen, tonight, could you mute your mic until they get a chance, miss? Queen?
But before we go on, Michael, hold on. Chatter, let us not stray from our agenda.
No.
Okay,
no.
go ahead.
You see, Warrior and Mr. Chatter, let me tell you something, eh? I, like other people in this country, are very hurt to see how this government dealing with people. You could have battled the PNM. You could have battled PNM ministers. You could have battled the NR. You could have battled the UNC when Pandey was there. This present UNC, you can't talk nothing about them because they want to lock you up. You're racial, you're this, you're bad talking the government for nothing. All kind of dotish things that can because you're bad talking the government. And you're really bad talking them, you know. You're talking the truth for the nonsense that they're doing. You're talking the truth when you see the government not caring about people, you're talking about that. When you shouldn't talk about this blasted government, all you call a blasted election time for you to go from here. I dare all you to call an election and all you will be out of office in the morning. I don't want to take up too much time. Give somebody else an opportunity. Maybe I will come back in, but I locked on here.
And let me say something, eh? We are not coming out here to bash the UNC government. We coming out here to talk about the things what is happening to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We are not coming out here to bash this UNC government. You understand? People are suffering. People is on the breadline. People cannot make 20. People have happens to make. Son, people are losing their jobs by the thousands. The government, the ministers, the ministers, the prime ministers, and well, and between the big and them don't have to say. These are the problems we have with the UN government. Candice, make your contribution. I don't want to think. I don't from the bottom. Candice. So Candice. So we can this.
I would have he would have media and so let me try I can right. All right, Gonzalez. Right? Ask who got the contract? Who contract? Right? On let me read it out for you guys. Who got the contracts? Gonzalez demands 7 answers on 30 police army posts. Right? The posts were announced and within days, construction was already underway. So you see, this government, they're not asking any questions. They're not putting nothing to the public. They're not coming out and telling it. They're just doing things without explanation. Right? Now, opposition chief whip and former National Security Minister Marvin Gonzalez is demanding that Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar explain exactly how government's program for 30 joint police army posts is being funded and procured. And we have to ask that question. Gonzalez has put 7 questions to the government. He wants to know the estimate, construction costs, and cabinet approval budget, whether the program appeared in the Ministry of Homeland Security in 2026 procurement plan, what procurement method was used. And we need to ask this question because this government doing whatever they want, however they want, and they don't care. And I want to let a message in the comments. Do you feel we need police posts all over the place? We have all kind of big station throughout Trinidad and Tobago. And look at the kind of things happening in the station. Only go and pop some little hot, right? Throughout Trinidad and Tobago. 30 joint police and army posts all go and put up. Police even have proper gun. Because when they firepower, because when sometimes they go to on a scene, the bandits have better firepower than them. Trust me. Because when the little gun going pow, 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 you hear him, you wonder where they get them firepower from. I just know. Right. What procurement method was used when contracts were awarded and to whom? whether the planning and local government requirements were followed, which state entity handled the procurement, and whether contract awards were publicly disclosed as required. His challenge comes as construction has already begun at several locations. So you see, they started to do the thing. They even go and build a police post on a pipeline. And here Khadija, I'm trying to make her come back to justify the wrongdoing. This government just doing whatever they want. You understand? Because they in power. Everything that this government doing is not in our best interest, you know. It's in their best interest, and who get the contract, we know. Because at the end of the day, all I can say what all they want, but the people actually paying them to. But when you do something on national talent, I did, and I did. Even if we had to tell you, take that in your pipe, but at least for front and let you know this is not hard. The taxpayers' money is being spent. But under this government, they're not letting you know one fact. So for all you know, them 30 joint police posts and army posts cost how much million? Give me a guess in the comment section how much millions of dollars they feel that project cost them joint police and soldier posts. And who all they feel get the contract? Just ask me, because since the Prime Minister, nobody ain't telling us anything. All I make a wild guess in the comment section.
And people tap up the screen. People tap up the screen and like the live. Candace, and the next thing I want to say, Candace, I was watching a clip in yesterday where they said three more firearms was missing in Central Police Station in Port of Spain. 3 more police firearms went missing. Do you understand? With an undisclosed amount of ammunition. Wow. So that's 3 more on the road. People tap up the screen and like the live. Tap up the screen, people.
I want to know. Tell me in the comment section, people. All you want to know, because it's our business, it's our rights to know how our hard-earned taxpayers' money is spending. How much it cost?
Angela Joseph said $275 million.
200. Well, they're supposed to put the million by it, because I need to see the millions. It's not looking like $275. So hit me the millions. Let me know how much all you feel. Somebody say 60.
60 million.
In the 60 million. You understand? Yeah. Because I am sure to build them little hut. Them going and double and triple that cost, but who is the contractors? Who get it? Who get it? They ain't show no bidding. Somebody said 30 mil. They ain't show no bidding. We don't know. We don't know. So we are like blind mice, 3 blind mice. See how they run. You understand, man? And that's all right. We need to ask these questions. We need to ask these questions, because at the end of the day, the rate this government going at, if them should remain there for the next 3 years and how much months, when they're done with Trinidad and Tobago, because they know they're not coming back in. And you see, when people know, yes, and as climate change say, and half going back in the UNC pocket, yes, half going back in the pocket because they don't care. And they know that the people, let's feel the UNC don't want them. You feel the way they call it morning. They will have watching and they'll jump on an airplane and fly out as genies and get outside. Them know that, you know. But they use strategies and they're coming up with all kind of plan and all kind of distractions. Thinking that the citizens of Tobago do. We dumb, we blind, and we deaf. Making people get sense. Loss of jobs, making people start to read. And let me tell you something, they had to start to read and pay attention and to do some research. We have YouTube there. And let us start to educate ourselves on what is taking place in our country, Trinidad and Tobago. We don't, you notice we already have a newspaper. We have the news at the tip of our finger on our cell phones. It's about time we educate ourselves and see what this government is doing to us. Educate yourself and see what the PNM would have done to us as well. Educate yourself and see all the little youth program, everything that the government, the PNM government would have done for us in the past 10 years. And every time the UNC come into power, what they just do to it? This government, they come to build, they come to destroy it, they come to tear down walls, This government come to mash up people's homes, Look how much children going astray. Every day is a new madman on the streets. Every day is on the streets.
Yeah, night everybody. Elmo insure by Elmo insure by I from even if stuff not I honestly need to call like really need to call it. No, that's bad. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, good day.
Good day. Is this Bill?
Speaking.
Not telling from this street.
Oh,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Sorry about it.
People lost in the job every single day. Like the only two stay in tea and grocery. And how much money you can get from a grocery work a week? And with security work, the security firms and women, they come like no. When it comes to get afford nothing, and then the minister are betting all you. Only go come back and tell me in September. The minister of education going on the news and say a week turnout. They're gonna have a week turnout. School. But how you expect me to come to school, right? Big people lost the jobs and they can't afford anything, right? Like people like they're not studying the that people have to live and eat too. Don't have to live. It don't have to live. All your citizens, the people that put, right? Actually, yeah, right? They can't anything because it's hard. Life, it may be hard for some people, but it's hard for a lot of people. And a lot of people is crying. They maybe don't shed the tears, but they're crying inside. And people and this government just don't care. I'm not saying like they don't care, they don't do business. They don't care who go hungry, they don't care about nobody but themselves. And I have one thing to tell this UNC government, go to sleep, you know. Go to sleep and Karma does need address. And when Karma ready for them.
Yeah. Thanks Trinity for your contribution. Queen, you would like to make a contribution? Good night, Queen.
Going once, going twice.
Good night. All right, Cherry, good night.
Before Sherry comes up, Mr. Jeffrey said to check here.
Yeah.
It's sticking back. Yeah, reception bad tonight.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
day myself giving trouble since morning.
Hi, Sherry. Pleasant
Sherry.
good
Good
night.
night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Any comments? Good night. Bless. The only two jobs that remain in what you mentioned, security remaining, yes. But security firms that are contracted by the government are not being paid to pay their employees. They are being owed and owed and owed. Security firms are under pressure to pay their staff. Yes, they may be looking like they're staying afloat. But if you is to burner and find out how much money they are being owed, very soon security officers would not be able to get salaries. As long as the government think that this particular security firm is paying them affiliated, you're not. They're talking about putting police posts all over. They've had the little mobile ones all over what it's solved. Or they have massive police stations and when you go there, when you go to them hours of the morning, the attitude you get from the officers. So putting little posts all over the place don't make no sense. That money that they're taking to go into doing that could do help the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. What grants and what donations and what contributions have they made towards all those mothers unemployed due to CPEP and URP? What contributions are they making to these parents to send these children back to school? What contributions are there to feed these children? Robbing and stealing is not right. But don't you think if a parent see the child cry one too many times, what you think will happen? A parent is not going to sit down and watch their children cry for hunger. They would not. While oil sit in high places and choose what oil want to eat, go to the restaurants and don't like oil could spit on the waitresses and mighty. But it have people out here can't even serve. So what is this government really doing? They're not doing anything for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. They are not so they're belly big and fat. Time up. They know they're set code. They know they're not coming back. The suicide rate is high. The homeless rate is high. The murder rate is high. The unemployment rate is high. The children on the streets are becoming high. And it's thanks to what? When everybody win, that's how they're winning. No man, citizens, or you need to wake up. I mean, it's not nothing we could really do right now because them are the majority. And what they really want us to do, I don't want you all to do. They want a civil unrest. You understand? This country is in my whole life, in my 40 years I live in this Trinidad and Tobago, I have never seen it so bad. And it has worse to get as long as they are there. Have a blessed night, everyone.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Mr. Xavier, my brother. Good night, sir. How are you?
Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening, everybody. Nice to be back on the platform. Nice to be back amongst family. Before going to my contribution, I want to, really send my heartfelt, compassion to Mr. Elmo, because, really and truly, I don't think people understand the concept of governance in this country, They are working for us, Chatter.
Yeah.
We are not working for them. And again, I made a simple analogy a few weeks ago that every time we go to a grocery and we buy something from the grocery, we pay tax and we add to the country purse. No citizen in this country should be in a position where they have to be begging and pleading for the assistance of our money, That money does not belong to Kamala Persad Bissessar nor Dave Tanku, That money there, Chatter, is all of us, Chatter. But you see the thing, when you have a government that is vindictive, a government who remembers you for good or bad, based on their analysis, this is the repercussion that we have to deal with. This is the repercussion that you have to deal with. You have their minions on social media, the miscreants, on social media, that sit down and say, see, this one is bad talk the government, we go wait for he. This one is bad talk the government, we go wait for he. This is what you call true dictatorship in its purest form. The only difference between Kim Jong-un is Kim Jong-un, maybe a Chinese man. But when we look what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago, you bad talk this government, you cannot get social services. You're not getting jobs. You're not getting any kind of assistance from the government. This is not what a government is there for. A government is there to take care of the affairs and the responsibility of its citizens. So my heart goes out to Elmo, and I really hope, I know Candace is someone who, have a real profound interest in cases like this. I know Candace will reach out and give what kind of assistance. And if I could see Candace, if I could really assist to see what I could do, because no individual should be facing a situation where September is approaching and you do not have a book or a pencil to give your son or daughter to go back out of school. It is really, really, really a frustrating situation. So I really hope we get that under control, Candace, and see whatever little assistance we can render. And before I move on, Candace, don't feel it's just Elmo alone, Candace, in this situation, I'm quite sure there's a plethora of people in this country, Candace, who probably have the same situation that they are dealing with. But because, Candace, they are ashamed, they won't come forward and speak about this. Some of them are not social media acquainted, so they won't come forward to put themselves up on social media to be seen by all and sundry. You understand me? So I say kudos going out to Elmo, and Elmo, whatever we could do from this group here, the workers' right, and let your voice be heard. What's the matter with Chatter? We will see what we could do and see if we could bring you some kind of redress and relief. I want to get into my point, Chatter, where we are talking about your main topic this evening, where you was talking about the procurement. I heard you and Candace talking about it, the procurement of these police forces. And that's why the Prime Minister of this country continues to remain absent. That is why Roger Alexander could say, at a subsequent time, we will find out what is the real cause. Because if they come to mainstream media, and we go to ask them these salient questions, what is the procurement measurement you use to give out these contracts? What is the procurement measure that you took? You see, these are questions that they don't want to ask Trinidad and Tobago to be asking them. You must remember Landmark Titi a few months ago. It was shut down. Thanks a lot to the work of the opposition and the people of this country ensured that we spend money properly through the procurement procedure. And we were able to now go by OP OPR, and the head of the OPR has told the government this agency contract, it is contradicting to the laws of Trinidad and Tobago. And because of that, Landmark TT had to hold up. All you want to feel like you to give all your to put out of the ring. And what they have done now is probably skip. It's alleged champion decided that they are going to skip the security and they are just going to avoid this country. Basically, to their finances. We are living in some really sad times when the own government, who are supposed to be responsible for our affairs, they are somebody might have echoed. I think the person.
Good night, Ms. Anderson. Could you mute your please, sir?
Mute his mic, Mute.
Yeah, it is really sad chatter that our government who don't want to follow the law, but you are not an example of where following the law is concerned. Really sad. And you know what, Sir Chatter? There's people, Rasta Master woman, I'm not sure what sex they're talking about. And them only put things in place. They only put things in place. People coming out of the book. But better than that, there's so much under the people's national movement. So much topics to talk on. For you, Heavy, you see in this whole procurement issue, you all do not have the testicular fortitude to come out on the social media and talk about this topic. But you all prefer to choose easy topics that is in all your mind to talk about the PNM that's want to create street sweepers. Shame on all you. That is how the UNC have all your thinking irrational. All you have no rationing, no type of common sense. All you're suffering from cognitive dissonance. And it's such a shame. It's such a shame that where my African people are continuing to do plenty LBA, lick bottom and start to say and show you. But I refuse that category because I'll stand for truth and I will always stand for the voice of the people of this country. Thank you very much, Chatter, for giving me a contribution on your program.
That's no problem. Yes, Candace, and that is just to go back and the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, right? People are suffering and have plenty people who have the same story, Candace, just like Elmo. You understand? Plenty people. And this is the UNC government who came in power and said that how they would make a change and they could do it better than the PNM, the previous government who was there. So where is the change? What the promises citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? You understand? We still at the night, Candace, for Christmas. Or they come and raise the traffic fines to 200%. And you have these UNC fanatics and them backing that. And you know, Candace, if the PNM they do half of these things, what the UNC is doing, you would hear all of them coming out and speaking. Yep. Especially the Anel Roberts and the Angel Roger and all of them. Where's all of these people who was most vocal when the PNM was in power?
Let me tell you what it is, Shatta. Let me tell you what it is. The honor board, Ansel Roger, Felicia Thomas, all of them been paid off by the UNC and on a board. Just imagine for the everybody. Vote for UNC.
Use the word. Trinity, use the word. It is alleged, please.
It is alleged. It is alleged.
Thank you.
No, but it is alleged. Madden.
Yes, thank you.
Felicia Thomas. You tell these people vote for UNC. Vote for UNC. You understand? You will get your 10%. 10%. These people go on and vote for UNC following you as the PSA president. And up to this day, these people cannot get the 10%. And every time people see you on social media, you're back in the UNC. Because it's alleged that they got paid off and you're on a board and collecting your fat salary. They gaslight the people. All of them people, it is alleged, they own a board and making the money. Why would they care about the people on the ground when they're making the money and collecting the fat salary? They wouldn't care again. They wouldn't care. And this is what has upset me.
Let me add
because it's
one
the
thing I
same
know.
people who was back in here when you was on the ground with them. Now you're high and mighty in the clouds. You don't care about the same people who are there back. Like foolishness. You're biting the hand that actually feeding you.
And one thing I know, one thing for sure, and two things for certain. Felicia knows very well that a lot of people would have dropped out at that PSA, right? And people are still dropping out. And after this, she will be no more. She might go back to be a normal, regular WASA worker. I don't know what her fate will, has in store for her. As like the government of Trinidad and Tobago, the UNC government that we regrettably have in power at the moment, they know too very well that this is their last. Not even if after election and they lose, they will be able to resuscitate. Because you see this hardship all of us facing, and on top of the hardship, the embarrassment, the degrading way they'll come out and speak to us, and then they have their minions coming up and painting a different narrative like we're going mad. What we see is not what we see. What we hear is not what we hear. What we notice is not what we notice, because here what's going on. We're delusional, we're mad, and we're only fabricating things, and everything about that, pelt it back on the PNM. Blame the PNM. You understand? I want to see blame PNM.
In my contribution, I've talked about that heavy tea lady or whatever that individual is. So much of things happening in this country, Candace. So much of things. Even the book grants are here is $300. They take over the housing grants. All these things happening, Candace. They scale along the independence. All of these things happening, and all you could do is come up on social media and talk about the PNM only want people to sweep the country. So much of things happening, Candace. And that's why I say, Candace, I will always appreciate people like you, Candace. You know why, Candace? Because you supported the UNC back then, Candace. And in supporting the UNC back then, you realize, no, this is not what I am I've supported the UNC with the hope that Trinidad and Tobago will progress. And when you realize there was no progression, you jump off that train. And they say, let me put a break on. Trinidad and Tobago must progress and not the UNC. But people like David Welch and the heavy duty, and now I see it have one called Heavy Tea. What is these people? Why these people are not sitting down and thinking and saying, am I really speaking the truth? Yeah. Candace, you know, Candace, there was something Patrick Manning would have opened called Netco, Candace. We could go for small business to get a loan. You know the government take out that loan to Candace? Chatter, you aware of that?
Yeah, we are aware of that.
If you was there, you want we are dependent. So in order to run, he would have now creating that would have initiated people self-employed, right? And because of that, not an avenue that if you have a business idea, you can now come into the Netco, sell them your business. Have not that business idea, and therefore you would have gone on to establish your business and pay reasonable Candace monthly installment. I can tell you that because I was the recipient of one of those loans, Candace. The government of the day that kind of a little soup in the night and go. No, thanks to Cameron Sass and winning look like the medal.
Today the is given problem.
They're saying that even problems. You know, guys, they're willing to and they see a large following.
Miss me, we
I can't get everybody on I don't understand this whole thing with the CPAP. I have people, right? And then CPAP. How come it wasn't making any sense? So the one that they bring now, with the difference? With the difference? So, this just sleep in the streets and CPAP. It's the same thing. That's not even getting no money. So, and people lost their jobs. It have plenty people lost their jobs. Sycophants saying that people lost their job and all kind of thing. It's just sad. It's just sad.
Right? No, it has so much people.
Life real breaking up chatter. People come to
they don't understand what's going on tonight. They don't understand what's going on tonight. And you come up here and speaking the things that this is what does go on. You understand? Even on your life and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, anytime they come here to speak the truth, they have a problem with that. And they're trying to break it, to mash it up.
They're trying to break it up. Yeah, I don't understand. We had a good life last night, and tonight, understand. Against them, yeah. So, Candace, you hear?
Yeah, share the life. Regularly. So, what happened at the moment? Scenaries for the children to go back out to school, right? So you have contributed, and I was able to go out and get some stuff, and then people start dropping in things that I asked for, right? So by the middle of the month, or the third weekend this month, I'll be able to. I'm still waiting to see what stuff I can get, because social media turned me into a beggar right about now. And I'm begging for myself. I'm begging for the youth. To see the children, boy. You know, boy, I don't know, boy. You know, my heart goes out to Elmo and his situation, and to all the mothers, the fathers and the mothers, even my father who lived in the world. I just have something. And so far, I get you. I'm still waiting, because for some friends that are people who I did favors for, I went and asked them as well too. At least it is a dozen copybook, if it's a notebook, if it's a pencil, a pen, whatever you could give me. You don't have to give me money. Make arrangements to meet with me, and I will come and find you. And I don't know about the text. Them text, but the stationaries, I will try my best to see what I can do and make sure that the youth and them, I don't have to be in my community too, you know. You can message me on TikTok and Once you visit within the vicinity of Grandy,
I don't know anybody that's coming from on my side.
Yeah.
I will back this side.
Okay. Right? And I will try my best to assist whatever way that I can. But show how on the children how the school treat things. And this should have, and I want you to come back. I said it was no, and it's 300, but only yet police post, honey. And I shot police post cost how much billions? It costs no thousands, it's billions. So up all over the place. What time happen under this SOE? Nobody's business. Look up today. Today I heard that a beautiful young lady was murdered in Sandy Grand. Mm-hmm. You understand me? And we okay.
And the Minister of Homeland Security crime is control. Yes, control. Why are you letting if you have the crime is under control? You understand? And up to now, I cannot release figures. How much these citizens that go? How much are these poor citizens of Trinidad? These are the things to know.
And if you notice, Chatter, when the opposition ministers and them come out to ask them questions, whatever answer, you know. Mr. Marvin Gonzalez, he came out. You understand? He wants to know on behalf. He's asking the question on behalf of us. And up to now, not one of them out to explain why they do this and why doing that.
Why would they answer us when they see us as more superior than us, Candice? So they will never answer us. I see Kadisha Abdin tell the councillor for the P what slash Piaco, something slash Piaco. Puna slash Piaco. She tell him we in charge now. You not in charge no more. Mm-hmm. Rest. Can they say I don't say it? I don't say it. Tell him to rest. Kadisha didn't tell the councillor because the councillor had a problem with the police force by the Etihad Stadium. She tell him we in charge now. Rest. PNM no go anymore.
All right, they're in charge now. Will function. Not hungry. People don't have. Ms. Khadija Amin and the whole squad. All in charge. Winner. Put things in the right perspective for winner. Open up job people who are documenting their family, people's handouts. What are they really doing to us? And all they expect us to show all that we love all the same love. Well, if what all they say is love, I wouldn't like to see hate. All they in charge now, we'll fix it now. That's all we're asking for. We don't know we want already. We don't know all they getting another chance again. So what they intend to do? Suffer the population, starve the population until next election? And I want others. All of these posts they're building up there, I feel them have an agenda, you know. They know that the citizens are angry, you know. They know there's so much to take them telling this God will get away. Don't hold on to this suffering, you know. But from a right just right horse to the end. When time we to the city, we hold it down. We have the PN of no. We have people. When the people and we the people kind of like no people black people. What I want I'm sure and uplift was the yeah them raise I mean the line me off I stop I know and that's not every it's coming this in public domain you not right that but you know election wasn't those elections when Africans standing alongside the Eastern brother and we going along and we chanting and we singing always because we won't be called cockroaches we won't be in Shakazoon we had to stop that race thing. It's that race thing, it had to stop. Because look at Elmo crying on one side, how's your name crying on the other side? You understand, man? Mystical Abbey crying on the other side. The whole of Trinidad and Tobago crying, and Trinidad is made up of Africa, East Indian, making some lovely, pretty children. So you see that race thing? It's working there. And don't even bring that race thing on this on Chatter platform, my platform, on the Workers' Right platform, because we will disrespect all. I'm telling all you up front.
Candace, you know, I wanted us to do a program, and no, wasn't wrong. I wanted us to do a program just specifically dealing with that. Because Candace, when I saw that you thing yesterday, I said, really and truly, boy, one of the comments that really infuriated me, Candace, as when one of them said to put contracepts in the water or something. Don't somebody says for free. I will take it and I'll put it outside my house.
But you know, Ramsaran just give me just send me to the toilet. I can't drink Ramsaran from ever since. I don't one drink. And that is the top of could have made a comment. You understand? Anyway, I can't people and but you can't say the boycott. That's not Mr. Leeds, not Mr. Not Mr. What's his name? Gary Aboud, not Mr. Aboud. Supposed to start a boycott Ramcharan. You know, so we don't know because it is alleged she said in comment. We don't know if they will be putting contraceptive in the and have some, you know, for when certain type of ethnic race come to buy. Yeah. We had to watch that too if we want to go down that road. We had to watch that too. It's like
so when Marcel come out and spoke the truth. He spoke the truth, Candace. Sometimes the truth is a bitter pill to swallow. But I agree with everything what Curry Marcel said. And when he means they don't like us, he wasn't referring it to a kind of race, so like nigga don't like Indian and Indian don't like nigga, you know. He mean the UNC do not like the PNM. It have East Indian in the PNM. It have East Indian Africans in the UNC. Look, we have them working themselves on social media, seeing the condition of the country. And saying everything is all right. We are not going through hardship. I want to see when this UNC government is no more in the name of Jesus, in the mighty holy name of, I want to see what Heavy T and them go do, you know. I want to see what the David Welch and them go do, you know. I want to see I feel sorry for Stacks. I got the I don't feel sorry for Stacks at all. Exactly what you're doing. Stacks is at LBA. And he will always be at LBA. All right. No, Candace, I agree with Trinity 100%. I agree with Trinity, Candace, 100%. Sometimes, Candace, you have to go through the hardship to maintain your integrity, Candace. And Stark is not doing that, Candace. I have heard contributions where Stark has come out and said that he know what the government is doing is wrong, but he have to continue doing this, Candace. When you sell your integrity, it is so shame, Candace.
All right.
Cherry, you would like to make a
I believe the UNC has so much dirt on staff that he can't leave the UNC. If he try, they will out him for 6.
All right, so
Mr.
Chatter,
Michael?
let me just Cherry. Ask Cherry if she want to make another contribution, then we'll move on to Michael, because the time is upon us. All right, lovely. Thank you. Michael?
All right.
Chatter like Michael.
Just doing something here.
Michael, what kind of people that have in the UNC, Michael?
I've got chat.
No.
Oh, God, Chatter. No.
No, but you see, it's good to speak the truth. And if there is good people in the UNC, well, then we say there is good people. If there is bad people in the UNC, we mention there is bad people. And if it's a lot of bullets in the UNC, you got to mention that have a lot of bullets in the UNC.
If I can't talk about it, you can't talk about it, Mr. Michael. I'm not doing that. Because I always get speeches on that. So if I can't talk about it, you can't talk about it.
Trinity,
Right. So, Mr.
Trinity,
Yeah.
Trinity had mentioned that 3 jobs that it have now is security. What was the next job?
Security.
Security and grocery, right? You miss out one in Trinity. Why you leave out prostitution?
Oh, God.
That is what this government bringing to people. That is how people are. Yes, that's how people surviving here. Prostitution come like a legal job right now in this country.
But Mr. Michael, you know, not only women doing it, right? It have men doing it too, eh?
But it have where them men from? Them and them where they from?
I just see it too. I just see it with my own eyes. I see a policeman. I would say it is alleged. It is alleged, which is true. But I would say it's alleged to save my teeth. But it is alleged that I saw a policeman on the promenade in San Fernando pick up a cross-dresser and put him in the van and go on him.
You ain't catch that on camera, girl? God, come on,
And using the government vehicle for that.
He used the police vehicle, the blue and white vehicle with the big Trinidad and Tobago police to pick up the man and go on with him.
Wow.
What you say? I know the cross-dresser.
This is an East Indian guy, an East Indian young boy. He's wearing and all kind of things.
Clayton, come up and tell who's that person. Come up, Clayton.
Clayton, I just hope you're not one of the drivers, Clayton?
But Chatter, I wanted to mention this last night, and I wouldn't take long. Why it is every time, and all the time if I'm wrong, this bothering my taste now. Every time foreigners come to Trinidad and Tobago, they feed them doubles. Right? Every single time. Because it's like this. Trinidad and Tobago is a multicultural country, right? We have all different variety and types of food. Why every time somebody come to do business with this government, it's doubles all they want to be feeding these people? I don't mind all they feed them roti and all the rest of the curry, the pumpkin, the mango and thing, at least they're going back home with their belly full. But every time all they want to feed them doubles, like they already own the food we have in Trinidad and Tobago. Let the people go back to the States or wherever they come from and say, yeah, I come to Trinidad and Tobago and I get good food. The Sancho Tobago hospitality was so good, I get good food, really full. All I want to feed them doubles right through. And I honestly feel this is a racist thing. This is a racist thing. Because
Good observation.
Because there are other variety of food. Because look there, when I show Speed come to Trinidad, he was fed doubles at Alupaya thing, yes. But he was also fed things like pela and fish. I watched that stream. You understand? He was also right? But every time, look, the people from America come to do the kind of steel pipe thing with all you put these people to sit down in the middle of the day to eat doubles. Doubles is not lunch. You understand? Feed the people good food, but it's a racist thing. And because the doubles is an East Indian thing and all is East Indian, all want to show them with that. Show them what the country have to offer. Doubles is the only thing that has to.
Dwight Tree, the show is stupid. The show is a stupid show, Dwight Tree, because you just came here. If it's a stupid show, why you came here to comment for? I am back in the fort. You know, get your class of the life and go.
That is one of the bullets in the UNC. That is one of the bullets in the UNC.
All right, so we have Clayton. Mr. Clayton. No, chatter, the time is upon us. It's 9:28, so let's...
We done.
I don't know the individual name, but I used to always see the person in San Fernando by the promenade, a certain part of the promenade, and he's not there alone. It's have about 2-3 others that's be there, but somehow he, like all them little homosexuals, or fellas who stand to like man, they stand to gravitate to him somehow. Yeah, he's a slim Indian fella, kind of short, and
one who can heel and short skirt and all kind of thing. It had a time Clayton, a man that tried to give him $100. You know, just to help him out. He say, I don't want no money. It's DI want. It's DI.
Let's show that
I saw him did I bounced him up. He something like he did, and somehow when I end up catching myself is in jail. He did the live, you know. He was in jail for some time and he come out.
All right, okay. So the time is on us, Mr. Chatter.
That person probably like have a resemblance to the Prince and Princess song or what?
I will not go there.
My God, I'm putting a ban on you.
I will not go there. That's all I have to say. I just always see the person.
All right. Well, all right.
Thank you very much.
You never stop with them, Mr. Smith?
Hell no.
All right, just making sure.
I want to tell everybody tonight in the comment section, all my moderators, everybody on YouTube who's tuning in, sorry about tonight how the live was sticking, but anytime we come and speak in the truth, there's always fighters down. Tomorrow we'll have another show with the Warrior Princess, or they could come in from 8 and tune in, and I wish everybody a good and peaceful night, right? So everybody take care and have a good night. Till tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Real solution.
What's the matter?
What's the matter with Chatter?
Trinbago's voice, every voice does matter. From Tobago to Trinidad, together we stand. Workers, people, one nation. Hand in hand, workers' rights, 868, Real Talk.
Real issues, real solution.